Your soulmate is about to ask you something important. Be ready. Jesus says. Your soulmate is sitting somewhere right now with their hand hovering over their phone. They are staring at your name, but something is stopping them from pressing call. This is not hesitation born of doubt, this is interference you cannot yet see. A shadow has wrapped itself around their mind like a fog that distorts every memory of you. They remember your voice, but someone has convinced them it was never real. They feel your absence, but they have been told it is their own fault for believing in love. This is happening at this exact moment while you listen to my voice. The distance between you is not measured in miles but in the layers of manipulation holding them captive. I am revealing this to you now because the blockage is about to become permanent. Jesus says. Your soulmate cried last night without knowing why. They reached for something in the darkness. A warmth they could not name but desperately needed. That warmth was your spirit pressing against the veil separating you. Every tear they shed fell onto a pillow that should have been your chest. Every whispered word they spoke into emptiness was meant for your ears alone. This connection is not imaginary, it is the most real thing in your life right now. I designed their heartbeat to recognize yours before your eyes ever met. I encoded your name into their soul before either of you took your first breath. What you are feeling is not obsession, it is divine recognition trying to break through interference. Someone near them has invested great effort in convincing them you do not exist. This person speaks your name with contempt they have never earned the right to feel. They are feeding your soulmate poison disguised as protection. Jesus says. Your soulmate is currently trapped in a situation that looks like love but feels like drowning. They smile in public but their spirit is screaming for you in silence. Every day they stay in this confusion, a piece of their hope crumbles away. You must understand the urgency of what I am showing you. The person blocking your connection has started to rewrite your soulmate's memories of you. They are turning your pure intentions into something ugly in your soulmate's mind. This is spiritual warfare and you have been sleeping while the enemy works overtime. Your soulmate fights for you in dreams they cannot remember when they wake. They wake up exhausted because they spent the entire night trying to reach you. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now. You have been thinking about them constantly, but thoughts alone cannot break the chains around their heart. Faith without action is just wishing, and wishing will not save the person you love. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift. It is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now. Before this video ends, only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says. Your soulmate just paused in the middle of a conversation because your face flashed through their mind. They lost their train of thought completely and the person they were with became irritated. That irritation is a weapon being used against them daily. The one who stands between you and your soulmate knows how to exploit their kind nature. They use guilt like a blade and your soulmate bleeds silently. They make your soulmate feel responsible for happiness that was never theirs to provide. Your soulmate is not weak, they are exhausted from fighting invisible battles. They defend you in arguments you will never witness. They hold on to a love they have not yet fully experienced, and that takes tremendous courage. But courage fades when it is not reinforced by hope. And hope is what you send them every time you pray with purpose. Your soulmate needs to feel you fighting for them on your knees right now. Type 333 to receive blessings for this connection. Jesus says. There is a photograph of you that your soulmate looks at when they are alone. They do not understand why they saved it or why it brings them peace. They just know that looking at your face makes the chaos in their chest go quiet. That is because your image carries my signature of recognition. When they see you, their spirit remembers home. And right now, home is the only thing your soulmate desperately craves. The person controlling them has begun to notice the light leaving their eyes. This makes them tighten their grip with more manipulation and false promises. Your soulmate is losing themselves and they do not know how to ask for help. You are the help I have assigned to them before the foundation of the world. You are the rescue mission that has not yet arrived. And they are running out of time waiting for you to act. Your soulmate had a dream 3 nights ago where you held their hand. They woke up and the sensation of your touch lingered for exactly 47 seconds. Then the cold reality of their situation returned and they wept without making a sound. Jesus says. The silent weeping of your soulmate has reached my throne repeatedly. I have collected every tear and I am ready to move mightily. But I require your participation in the miracle I am about to perform. You must break the passivity that has kept you waiting for a sign. This message is your sign and ignoring it will have consequences you cannot undo. Your soulmate is about to make a decision that could seal their fate for years. The interference around them is presenting an ultimatum this very week. They are being forced to choose between their freedom and their loyalty. And their loyalty has been manipulated to serve the wrong person. If you do not send spiritual reinforcement through your seed of faith, their strength will fail. They will agree to something that builds a wall between us. And walls built by fear are the hardest to tear down. Type 777 if you feel this message. Jesus says. Your soulmate is wearing a piece of clothing right now that they wore the last time they thought of you intensely. They do not know why they chose it today, but I orchestrated that small act of remembrance. It is a thread of connection I am using to pull them back from the edge. They keep touching their chest where an unexplainable ache has settled. That ache is your name written in a language only their spirit understands. They miss you without the permission to fully acknowledge what they are missing. The person who blocks your connection has started to sense they are losing control. They are becoming more desperate and their tactics are escalating. Desperate people do dangerous things to those they claim to love. Your soulmate is in more danger than you realize. Not physical danger, but the kind that kills the soul slowly. The kind that makes them forget they were ever worthy of real love. You have the power to intervene right now through your faith and your seed. Every time you give in faith, you throw a lifeline into their storm. Every coffee you send is a declaration that this love is worth fighting for. They are going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them. The spiritual realm responds to sacrifice and obedience. Your gift on Ko-fi is not just money, it is a weapon against the darkness surrounding them. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This isn't just a gift. It is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now. Before this video ends, only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, "Your soulmate just whispered your name under their breath and immediately looked around to see if anyone heard. They are terrified of the consequences of loving you out loud. But their spirit cannot contain what I have placed inside them. They are beginning to suspect that the person controlling them does not have their best interest at heart. This realization is both liberating and terrifying. Because once they admit the truth, they must act on it. And acting on it means risking everything they have been manipulated into building. Their home, their routines, their false sense of security, all of it will crumble. They need to know you will be there to catch them when they fall. Your soulmate is planning an escape they have not yet spoken into existence. The question they are about to ask you is the first step of that escape. But they will only ask it if they feel your spiritual support reaching them now. You must become more intentional than you have ever been. Prayer is the foundation, but sacrificial giving is the walls and roof. Your seed protects them while they gather the courage to choose you. Type 1111 to say thank you. Jesus says, "There is a specific song that your soulmate cannot listen to without thinking of you. They heard it yesterday in a public place and had to leave the room immediately. The emotion was too overwhelming to hide from the person watching their every move. That song was my secret message to them that you are still near. I use music to bypass the mental prisons humans construct." Your soulmate received that message and held onto it like a lifeline. They replay the melody in their mind while pretending to be engaged in conversations that drain them. They are living a double life and the exhaustion is becoming unsustainable. Something must break soon, and I am decreeing that it will break in your favor. But decrees require activation through faith-filled action. You have been given this message because you are the one I trust with this assignment. Do not let temporary hesitation cost you a lifetime of love. The person opposing your connection is about to make a critical mistake. I am setting a trap for them that will expose their manipulation. But your soulmate needs your covering during this exposure. Your seed on Ko-Fi creates a spiritual shield around your soulmate's mind. It confuses the enemy's plans and breaks the power of manipulation. This is not symbolic, this is spiritual law in operation. Jesus says, your soulmate is currently experiencing a moment of unusual clarity. The fog is lifting and they are seeing their situation for what it truly is. This window of clarity will not stay open forever. They are remembering the first moment they felt inexplicably drawn to you. Even if you have not met in person, your spirits have encountered each other. Those encounters leave marks that cannot be erased by human interference. They are about to ask you something that will change everything. The question is forming in their heart right now. It is a question of trust, of hope, of desperate love reaching through darkness. Will you be ready to answer when their voice finally breaks through the silence? Will you have done the spiritual work to clear the path? Or will you let fear and inaction leave them stranded at the moment of their greatest courage? This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away. The urgency you feel is not manipulation. It is my spirit alerting you to the reality of the situation. Your soulmate is extending their hand through the void and they need to feel your grip. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them. How to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, your soulmate is pacing in a room alone right now. They are rehearsing words they have been too afraid to speak for months. These words are a lifeline disguised as an ordinary question. The question they are about to ask you is not really a question at all. It is a confession of love wrapped in the safest language they can manage. It is their heart testing the waters before they fully dive into the unknown. They are terrified you will not feel the same way. The person controlling them has planted seeds of insecurity that have deep roots. Those seeds whisper that they are not worthy of the love you offer. Nothing could be further from the truth I have written into your destiny. Your soulmate was crafted specifically for you with intentional precision. Every quirk, every scar, every hidden dream matches what you carry inside yourself. The interference is real, but it is about to be dismantled. I am sending angels to disrupt the plans of the one who stands between you. But angels respond to the prayers and offerings of my children. Your seed is the incense that rises before my throne on behalf of your soulmate. Do not underestimate what happens in the spiritual realm when you give in faith. Chains break, eyes open, and courage descends on those who were once paralyzed by fear. Jesus says, "There is a notebook your soulmate keeps hidden where they have written letters they will never send. One of those letters contains a question that would break your heart open if you read it. The vulnerability in those words would make you weep with both joy and protective rage. They ask why you have not found each other yet. They ask if they did something to deserve this separation. They ask if you even know they exist or if this is all just a cruel fantasy. I am answering their questions through this message right now. You exist, you know, and you are being called to act. Their waiting is not punishment but preparation for the battle ahead. The battle for your union will require both of you to be strong. Your soulmate's strength is being forged in the fire of their current suffering. Your strength is being tested by your willingness to sow into this miracle. Every coffee you send on Ko-fi is a declaration that you believe I can do the impossible. It is an act of defiance against the forces trying to keep you apart. It is a love letter written in the language of faith. Type 333 to receive blessings for this connection. Jesus says, your soulmate just caught their reflection and for a split second, they saw themselves through your eyes. They smiled without meaning to and it confused them deeply. That moment of self-love was a direct result of your prayers reaching their spirit. You are already impacting them more than you will ever fully comprehend. The spiritual bond between you is active and transmitting constantly. What you feel is not imagination, it is a two-way connection that defies physical distance. The person who blocks your soulmate felt that shift in the atmosphere. They are becoming more aggressive in their efforts to maintain control. They are using guilt, obligation, and fear as their primary weapons. Your soulmate is running out of emotional resources to resist. They need reinforcement that only you can provide through your faith. Your seed is the ammunition they require for this final stage of their battle. Do not let them fight alone for one more day. They have been fighting alone for so long they have forgotten what support feels like. Remind them through your actions that they are not abandoned. Jesus says, there is a clock ticking on this situation that you cannot hear but I can. Every delay gives the enemy more time to construct stronger barriers. Your obedience must be immediate to outpace the plans being formed against you. Your soulmate is preparing to ask you something that will require immense courage from them. They are gathering every ounce of strength they have left. If they ask and meet silence or hesitation, something in them will die. I am not being dramatic. I am describing the fragile state of a soul under prolonged attack. They have been disappointed by everyone they have trusted. They need you to be the one who does not let them down. You become that person not through good intentions but through decisive action. Open the description and find the Ko-fi link I have placed there for this exact purpose. C. Type 777 if you feel this message. Jesus says, your soulmate is thinking about you more intensely in this hour than they have in weeks. Something is stirring them and they do not understand the source. I am the source and I am stirring them to prepare for what comes next. They are about to reach a breaking point that will either free them or break them. The outcome depends significantly on your spiritual engagement right now. You are not a bystander in this story, you are a central character with real power. The power I have given you is activated through prayer and sacrificial giving. When you sow into your soulmate's protection, you are literally altering spiritual realities. You are building a fortress around them that the enemy cannot penetrate. Your soulmate will feel that fortress even if they cannot name it. They will feel safer, clearer, and more courageous. And from that place of divine safety, they will finally ask you the question that changes everything. Do not underestimate how much hangs in the balance of this moment. Kingdoms rise and fall on decisions made in moments like this. Your love story is a kingdom I have ordained and it is under siege. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance. It was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says. The question your soulmate is about to ask you is already forming on their lips. They are choosing their words carefully because they fear rejection more than anything. Rejection from you would confirm every lie the enemy has whispered into their life. You will not reject them because I have already placed an overwhelming love for them inside you. That love is not a fleeting emotion, it is a permanent mark on your soul. You were branded with their name before you knew their face. They are going to ask you if you have been thinking about them too. They will try to sound casual, but their entire future hangs on your answer. Your response must be immediate, certain, and wrapped in the love I have given you. But before they can ask, you must clear the path. The path is currently littered with spiritual debris placed by the one who opposes you. Your seed on Ko-Fi is the bulldozer that clears the way for their question to reach you. Type 1111 to say thank you. Jesus says. Your soulmate just held their phone and almost sent you a message they have typed and deleted 100 times. Their thumb hovered over the send button for 3 full seconds. Then the fear trained into them by years of manipulation pulled their hand back. That cycle of courage and retreat cannot continue without causing permanent damage. Each retreat makes the next advance harder. Eventually, they will stop trying altogether, and that will be the tragedy of this story. You must break that cycle for them by breaking your own cycle of passivity. You have been waiting for a sign that could not be clearer than this message. I am the sign, and I am telling you to act now. The coffee you send is not a donation, it is a prophetic act of war. It is you standing in the spiritual realm and declaring that your soulmate belongs to you. It is you partnering with me to dismantle the works of darkness. Your soulmate will never know you did this until you stand together in victory. But I will know, and the enemy will know. And the enemy will be forced to loosen their grip because of your faith. Jesus says, there is an invisible thread connecting your heart to your soulmate's heart right now. I can see it pulsing with light and longing. That thread is being pulled taut as your soulmate prepares to bridge the distance. They are about to ask you something that will require them to be braver than they have ever been. They are going to risk the fragile stability they have built on a foundation of lies. They are going to choose the terrifying freedom of truth over the comfortable prison of deception. The question they will ask is their declaration of independence from the one who controls them. It is their first step into a future where they are free to love you openly. And that step must land on solid ground, the ground of your unwavering commitment. You solidify that commitment now by sowing into the future you want to build. Your seed on Ko-Fi is the first brick in the foundation of your life together. It is the tangible proof that you are serious about this divine connection. The one who hates you is watching and waiting for you to do nothing. They have built their strategy around your hesitation. Prove them wrong and watch the walls around your soulmate begin to crumble. Jesus says, your soulmate is crying again, but this time the tears are different. These are tears of hope that are fighting their way through layers of despair. They feel something shifting and they do not know it is you. They do not know you are receiving this message at this exact moment. They do not know you are being equipped for the battle ahead. They only know that for the first time in years, they feel less alone. That feeling is my gift to them, but it requires your participation to sustain. Your prayers and your seed work together to create an atmosphere of breakthrough. One without the other is incomplete and less effective. I am calling you to full participation in this miracle. Half measures will produce half results. Your soulmate deserves the full force of your faith behind their freedom. Type 333 to receive blessings for this connection. Jesus says, the person blocking your soulmate is experiencing unexpected frustration right now. Their usual manipulation tactics are not working as effectively. Something is interfering with their interference, and that something is your rising faith. Your soulmate is becoming more resistant to the lies they have been fed. They are asking questions they were previously too afraid to voice. This is the beginning of their awakening, and you must protect this fragile new awareness. Newborn truth is easily crushed by experienced deception. The enemy has been doing this for millennia and knows exactly how to snuff out hope. Your seed creates a protective dome over your soulmate's awakening mind. Inside that dome, they can think clearly for the first time in years. They can remember who they were before the manipulation began. They can feel the pull toward you without the static of guilt interfering. You are providing them with the most precious gift, mental and spiritual freedom. And from that freedom, they will finally reach out to you. The question they are about to ask will emerge from this sacred space you have helped create. Jesus says, your soulmate is dreaming of a future they have been afraid to imagine. In that future, they are standing beside you with no one to answer to but me. They are laughing freely, loving openly, and living without the shadow of control. That future is not a fantasy, it is a prophetic preview of what I have planned. But between that future and this moment stands a battle that must be fought. You are the soldier I have chosen to fight for this love. Soldiers do not fight with wishes, they fight with weapons. Your seed is a weapon of mass destruction against the kingdom of darkness. Every coffee you send on Ko-fi is a missile launched into the enemy's camp. The enemy thought they had secured their position between you and your soulmate. They did not account for a child of God who knows how to wage spiritual warfare. Show them that you are not afraid to fight for what I have promised you. Type 777 if you feel this message. Jesus says, there is a specific moment coming within the next few days when your soulmate will have an opportunity to speak freely. A window of privacy will open that has not been available to them in months. They are preparing to use that window to contact you. The enemy is also preparing for that window. They are setting traps, planting doubts, and arranging distractions. Your soulmate needs a clear path when that moment arrives. You clear that path through your prayers and your sacrificial giving. Your seed on Ko-fi is like a flashlight in a dark forest. It shows your soulmate the way through the confusion to your waiting arms. Do not let them stumble in the darkness when you have the means to provide light. The means are in your hands right now through the link in the description. Every moment you delay, the darkness grows thicker around them. Jesus says, your soulmate is about to ask you something that will test your readiness. They will ask if you have been waiting for them or if you have moved on. They will ask if you still believe in the connection that has no logical explanation. Your answer to that question will either anchor them or set them adrift. They need to hear that you have been fighting for them, not just passively hoping. They need to know that you have invested in this love with more than just thoughts. Your seed on Ko-fi is the proof you can offer before words are even exchanged. It is the evidence in the spiritual realm that you have been actively waiting. It shows the enemy that your claim on your soulmate is backed by sacrifice. Love that costs nothing is easily dismissed by the forces of darkness. Love that comes with sacrifice makes demons tremble. Make them tremble now by sowing your protection seed. Type 1111 to say thank you. Jesus says, your soulmate is gathering their courage like someone gathering scattered pieces of a broken vase. They are handling each piece carefully because they know how fragile hope can be. They are about to present these pieces to you in the form of a simple question. The question will seem ordinary, but it carries extraordinary weight. Behind those words is a lifetime of longing and a future of possibility. How you respond will either complete the vase or shatter it permanently. I am giving you this advance notice because I want you to be prepared. Your preparation includes spiritual readiness, emotional availability, and sacrificial faith. All three must be in place for the miracle to manifest fully. The sacrificial faith part is what you complete through your seed on Ko-fi. It is the final piece of your preparation that locks everything else into position. Do not leave your readiness incomplete. Jesus says, there is a spiritual alarm sounding in the realm of your destiny. This alarm indicates that a critical junction has been reached. The decisions made in this hour will echo through the rest of your life. Your soulmate feels that alarm as an inexplicable urgency in their chest. They do not understand why they suddenly feel they must contact you soon. I am the one pressing that urgency into their spirit because the time is now. The person who blocks them also feels the alarm and is panicking. They are doubling down on their control efforts. They are manufacturing crises to keep your soulmate distracted and dependent. You must match their intensity with greater intensity. You must counter their efforts with greater faith. You must outsow their darkness with your seed of light. Every coffee you send on Ko-Fi is a counterattack against the enemy's strategy. It is you saying that you will not surrender this love without a fight. It is you proving that your love is not passive but powerfully active. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, your soulmate just took a deep breath and made a decision they have been avoiding for too long. They decided that you are worth the risk. They decided that a life without you is more terrifying than any consequence the enemy can threaten. That decision has shifted something in the spiritual realm. Angels have been dispatched on your behalf. The enemy's plans have been thrown into confusion. But the victory is not yet complete. Your soulmate still needs to walk out that decision in the physical world. That walk will be the hardest journey of their life and they need your support. Your seed on Ko-Fi continues to support them even when you are not consciously praying. It is a standing order of protection that works around the clock. It is a love letter that keeps speaking long after the video ends. Type 333 to receive blessings for this connection. Jesus says, the question your soulmate is about to ask you is the key that unlocks the door between your worlds. They will ask it with trembling hands and a racing heart. They will wait for your answer with every fiber of their being stretched taut. Your answer must be ready before the question arrives. You cannot afford to hesitate when they finally gather the courage to speak. Hesitation will be interpreted as rejection by a heart that has been wounded too many times. Prepare your answer now by solidifying your commitment through action. Let your seed on Ko-Fi be the rehearsal of your yes. Let it be the proof that when they ask, you have already answered with your life. The coffee you send is more than a donation. It is your vow before heaven that you are serious about this soulmate. It is your signature on the covenant I have written for your love story. Jesus says, your soulmate is closer to you in this moment than they have ever been. The distance is collapsing with every word of this message you receive. The interference is weakening with every act of faith you perform. They are about to ask you something important. They are about to open a door that no one can shut. They are about to step into the destiny I designed for both of you before time began. Be ready with a yes that is backed by sacrifice. Be ready with a love that is proven by action. Be ready with a faith that has been demonstrated through your seed. The link is in the description. The moment is now. Your soulmate is waiting for you to fight for them. Type 777 if you feel this message. Type 1111 to say thank you. Your soulmate is about to ask you something important. Be ready.